You ever get this like weird feeling like we're all kind of living in some crazy sci-fi flick that just got way too real?
Well, yeah, with all the AI stuff exploding everywhere, it's kind of hard not to feel that way.
I mean, it just the other morning, right? My smart speaker, it just decided out of the blue that 6 a.m. was the perfect time for some polka music.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and then you see all this crazy news about AI writing poems or cars driving themselves. It's like, whoa, hold on a sec. This AI thing, it's not some futuristic fantasy anymore. It's right here, right now.
Right in our faces.
Exactly. So that's what we're diving into today. We're going to try to unpack this whole AI revolution thing, see what kind of impact it could have on our lives, our jobs, and maybe, just maybe, we can figure out, is AI our new best friend, or are we all about to get terminated?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is. And to help us out, we're going to be using this podcast episode we found. It's called AI versus Humanity, The Rise of AI, Job Loss, Fears, and Society's Future. Pretty catchy, right?
Yeah, it definitely grabs your attention.
We'll be pulling out the most interesting, juicy bits from it and adding our own 2 cents, of course. So, ready to jump into the AI rabbit hole?
Let's do it.
Okay. So first off, I got to say, the speed at which this whole AI thing is just blown up, it's mind-boggling.
It really is remarkable. I mean, think about it. Even just a few years back, a lot of the stuff we're seeing now, it was pure science fiction.
Seriously. It feels like we all blinked at the same time and bam, AI is everywhere. But what happened? Why now? What's behind this sudden AI acceleration?
Well, it's kind of a perfect storm of a few things, really. Machine learning, for example, that's been a total game changer.
Machine learning. Okay, so for those of us who might not be total tech wizards, break that down for us.
So basically, imagine teaching computers how to learn from tons of data without having to program every single little step.
Oh, okay.
That's machine learning in a nutshell. And it's this crazy ability that allows AI systems to actually get better over time, all on their own. Then add to that, the insane amount of data we're all creating every single day and computers getting more and more powerful to process it all. Boom. You've got the perfect recipe for an AI explosion.
It's like all the ingredients just happen to show up at the perfect time for this AI party to get started, huh? And it's not just stuck in labs anymore, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm using AI every day without even realizing it. My phone, my social media, even when I'm online shopping, it's like woven into everything.
Yeah, it's become seamlessly integrated into our lives. But with this, all this integration comes this, well, kind of dark side. There's this big cloud of anxiety hanging over everything, especially when you start thinking about the future of jobs. There's all this talk about AI taking over. And that episode we're looking at today, it really digs into that whole fear.
Oh, yeah, that job loss fear is a big one.
But
And it's not just like robots on assembly lines, right? The podcast, it specifically mentions white-collar jobs like lawyers, financial analysts, even journalists. Yikes.
And it's true. Some jobs are definitely going to be impacted by AI. There's no way around it. But we have to remember, history has shown us time and time again that new technologies, yeah, they might shake things up, but they also create new jobs too. Look at the internet,
Good point.
total disruption. Countless industries were, turned upside down. But it also gave birth to this whole new digital economy.
Right. Okay, that does make me feel a bit better. But I still, I can't help but think about those people whose skills just become, I don't know, obsolete. What happens to them? How do we make sure no one's left behind in this AI takeover?
That's the really important question. And it highlights the massive need for better education and retraining programs, so people can adapt to this constantly changing job market. It's not just about learning some new tech skills. It's about cultivating those uniquely human abilities that are going to be even more valuable in an AI world.
So what are those superhero skills we need to be working on?
Well, the podcast mentions critical thinking, creativity, and complex problem solving.
Okay, those all sound good. But why are those so important in the age of AI? Isn't AI supposed to be good at that stuff, like solving problems?
It is, to a point. See, AI, it excels at pattern recognition and data analysis, crunching numbers, finding correlations, all at speeds we humans can't even dream of.
Right.
But when you need a nuanced judgment call, or you're facing some crazy ethical dilemma, or you need to come up with a truly original idea, that's where we humans still hold the upper hand.
So it's not about being a robot's replacement. It's about being the one who understands the robot, the one who can make those tough calls, the one who guides how AI is used. I get it.
Exactly. And that brings us to another massive point that goes way beyond just jobs. AI is, well, it's kind of seeping into the fabric of our everyday decisions and interactions in ways we don't even realize half the time.
Yeah, and the podcast we're looking at really goes deep on that. It talks about how those sneaky algorithms are shaping our online experience, influencing our buying decisions, and even, get this, playing a role in, like, molding our political views. That's kind of creepy, to be honest. Like, do I even have free will anymore?
Well, think about how those social media platforms use AI to curate your newsfeed,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They're designed to keep you glued to the screen, but that can also create these like echo chambers where you only see information that backs up what you already believe. It's a
Uh-huh.
really powerful example of how AI can kind of subtly, shape how we see the world.
So AI is like the ultimate filter bubble.
In a way, yeah.
And that makes me wonder, where do we draw the line? How much power do we hand over to AI to make decisions for us, especially when it comes to things like healthcare or the justice system where the stakes are so high?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? We really need to be having some serious, deep conversations about all of the ethical implications of this AI revolution. How do we ensure that AI is used responsibly? How do we use it to actually benefit humanity?
So, big picture, what's the main takeaway here? How do we prepare for this future with AI looming over us?
Well, the episode we're talking about, it makes this really powerful point. AI is here to stay. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Mhm.
But whether it turns out to be a force for good or for bad, that's entirely up to us. It depends on how we choose to develop it, regulate it, and use it.
You're right. It's not about being afraid of AI. It's about understanding it and, well, shaping how it fits into our world.
Absolutely. Instead of cowering in fear, maybe we should be asking ourselves, how can we harness AI's power to actually solve some of humanity's biggest problems?
Like what?
Well, could AI help us fight climate change? Could it help us cure diseases? Or maybe even, like, eliminate poverty?
Wow. Those are big questions.
The kinds of questions we need to be asking ourselves right now.
It's not about man versus machine. It's about how we can work together to build a better future.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So if you're ready to explore these ideas a bit deeper, we highly recommend checking out the full AI versus Humanity podcast episode. They really dig into all this stuff in fascinating detail.
It's a great jumping off point for anyone who wants to get in on this crucial conversation.
And we want to hear from you too. Have you bumped into AI in some unexpected way? What do you think about all this? About how AI could change your life, your job? Share your thoughts. Because this whole navigating the world of AI thing, it's a journey we're all on together.
We're all in this together.